At my school, my teacher, who was Coach Tamer Rafat, he was in the national team for badminton in Egypt. And he was the one who told me, why don't you come and try badminton? I told him, what is badminton? So we went after school to the club and played badminton. I practiced just 3 weeks with him. I went to the nationals under 12 years old and I took the 3rd place. So from here started my journey in badminton. I loved it a lot.
Born in Cairo, the capital city of Egypt, badminton has been a big part of Hadia Hosni's life since that eventful day some 15 years ago. Her journey has taken her to 2 Olympic Games, Beijing and London, and she is vying for her 3rd appearance in Rio de Janeiro. Hadia's first international title was in 2010 at the African Badminton Championships, where she was crowned African champion in women's singles.
I was the first Arabian to win the African title, which is an honor for me to be the African champion in 2010. It was really overwhelming happiness and I was very happy, and I didn't believe that I got 1st place in Africa.
Badminton Unlimited tracked down Hadia Hosni when she was in Bangkok recently for the Princess Sirivanavari Thailand Masters. She spoke to us about her badminton journey as a player and an advocate for the sport.
Badminton is not popular at all in Egypt, though after the last Olympic Games it started being more popular, especially after I founded in my city Hadia Hosni Badminton Academy, which is especially for the kids, but also elder players. It's not, of course, like football. There are a lot of people, you tell them badminton, they don't know what is it. So we are trying to make it more popular by founding more academies and more clubs for badminton.
With limited resources and inadequate coaching in Egypt, Hadia had to look overseas if she wanted to take her badminton to the next level. She first went to Europe to gain that much-needed training and experience. The overseas stint saw her inching closer to one of her dreams. Hadia made history when she became the first Egyptian badminton player to compete in an Olympic Games. Just days before the start of the Games in Beijing, the then 20-year-old received a call-up to participate in women's singles. It was an answered prayer and a dream come true.
I really was very happy when I knew this. And my grandmother actually, she asked me before, what do you want me to pray for you? And I told her I want to qualify to Beijing. And by that time I was number 11 in the qualification list, in the waiting list. And actually she told me, I will pray for you and you will qualify.
4 years later, Hadia made her 2nd women's singles appearance in London, this time on her own merit. She was the only player out of the 4 representatives from Africa to do so. The shuttler felt more was needed to be done to develop the sport in her country and Africa if there were to be more players competing at the highest level. In 2013, the resourceful young woman set up a badminton academy in Cairo and took up an ambassadorial role promoting the racket sport to women in Africa and the Middle East.
In 2014, I was the BWF ambassador for the Peace and Sport Cup in Dubai. It was the first such event just for women. And from this, the African committee thought that they can have me as representative for the African committee in the BWF Women Committee. So we started this year having more umpires courses and coaching courses for only women in the African countries.
The Egyptian is also gearing up for the 2016 Rio Olympics. This time around, she'll be contesting the mixed doubles event. As the highest-ranked pair in Africa, Hadia and partner Abdulrahman Kashkal are on course for a place to compete in Brazil. Last year, the duo enjoyed podium finishes in several African tournaments, and they recently grabbed gold at the 2016 Uganda International. The Egyptian mixed tandem is currently ranked 57th in the world, and Hadia is not satisfied with just being the best in her continent.
Not only the top African players, but we have to be top 50 world ranked. So hopefully we try to keep this and do even better. to qualify as the highest ranked African mixed doubles players.
The 27-year-old is currently well outside the qualifying positions for a place in women's singles. She needs to better her Race to Rio ranking by more than 10 places for a spot in Brazil. It's a long shot, but Hadia is not one to give up. She's determined to fight till the end of the qualifying period.
I think it would be the first Egyptian and Arabian and African player to qualify for the third time Olympic Games. Especially if I made it in women's singles, it will be much better. I hope that we keep trying until the end of April, and whatever comes, I think we will all be happy for even trying, and we will be much happier if we represented our country and Africa in Olympic Games Rio 2016.
Hadia Hosni, motivated and resolute. Coach, ambassador and player. The future for the Cairo-born shuttler has never looked better.